Morning, everybody. We're using a different program today because we used this program last night and it worked fine. And we're going to try to have a public panel this morning. So, first of all, let me copy the link. I did give it to the women's group, but I'll post it here as well. It's kind of like StreamYards. Actually, it is StreamYards. It's licensed by two StreamYards. By StreamYards, in other words, license it to Restream. Yes. So this is a link to our panel, and let's see how this goes this morning. And so let's pin it. Let's not. Let's just yeah, okay, for a short time I guess we can pin it. So pin it. This is the link for the panel if you want to come up on screen. Please note that we'll be watching you. Make sure there's no nasty smut. I need to make sure to enable a feature to prevent any surprise pictures. Okay, so general chat and not automatically share screen is that okay? That's correctly set. Excellent. So we had a good show last night. We covered a lot of stuff late last night, and video quality is very low. Well, we are streaming in 720p. That's the highest a single stream at. But on the other hand, we're also streaming on T-Mobile. And let's see, 720p at 30 frames per second. So you're over streaming on too many platforms. Well, I'm not seeing that on our side. So that doesn't necessarily make any sense either. Okay, Noodles is ready to come on, so let's get him on here now and say hello to him. Let's get him on screen. Hello, Noodles. Good morning to you.
Hey, Michelle. You got any plans today?
Yeah, I have my hair appointment after the show, so we can't really run as long as we usually do. Why?
Just wondering. Where do you get your hair done down the street, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want me to maybe come out there and help you with your hair?
No, I got a salon that does my hair, so.
Well, I'm concerned, Michelle, that you're not feeling that well, and I think I'm not telling you what to do, but if you do need to talk to someone, I can come up there, Michelle, and talk to you.
I don't think I want to talk to me today, but we already allocated the Saturday for you, Saturday and Sunday.
Well, Michelle, I'm here if you need me. You know that, right? And I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I want you to be happy, and I want you to, do your thing, Michelle. I got contacted last night, Michelle, about you, and I just want to make sure.
All I'm wondering is did you remove the block on my 3 initials on my name? Well, thank you very much. I just got a follower. Excellent. Anyway, so did you remove that block on my 3 initials on my name?
I'm going to be honest with you, Michelle. I haven't gone through YouTube Studios in like months. I don't even know what the hell's been there. I contacted the person that if they did that, and the reasoning they did that was so that people wouldn't talk shit about you and cause problems and all this stuff. So, Michelle, I don't want to hurt your feelings, Michelle. I'll do whatever you want. So,
Noodles, you have mods that are. I mean, what if people say good stuff about me? They can't say good stuff either. You know what I'm saying? Is that's the reason why blocking my three initials make no sense. You know, because people can't say good things or bad things. You got multiple mods; they have the power to take care of problems.
yeah, you're right. I think it's just a little bit easier for the mods, maybe, to do
Yeah,
something
we
like
got
that.
one watching us, and we have one watching on Kick. Always was one on Kick. I think that's us. Oh, okay. Um, I got people saying all kinds of crazy stuff. Hello, welcome, Elite Eyes. Welcome to the show. Michelle, I'm sorry I asked if stolen valor is illegal last night. It made someone flip out, apparently. I never heard the concept of stolen valor. Um, I never heard of the whole idea of stolen valor. And I
Yeah,
wouldn't worry
we took care of that. We took care of that. It's okay. It's all right. We took care of it. Everything's fine
about. Yeah.
now. No, we don't need any more drama over here. And Michelle wants to feel, you know, comfortable and all that stuff.
Michelle, I'm sorry about the, okay. Let's see. Good morning, Krista. I think it's illegal, Bianca. I don't know anything what that is. Bianca said Rhode Islander, I guess, is not unless money's involved. I don't know anything what this is about. I just know you know, was
It's a,
told to me, and
yeah,
that wasn't really through um, any of the organizations that give their military.
well, we took care of it. Everything's fine now. We took care of it. It's all
Did you actually watch last night's replay? It was kind of late. It was like 11:45 to about 1:45 in the morning. Yeah, it was. I was so ticked off that I wanted to get on first and defended Michelle's honor, and then Michelle came on, and we started talking about it because I took my wig off because it was so hot and itchy, and I gotta get it shaped. I gotta see if I. My Michelle hairdresser said she will trim the wig up and make it look nice. Um, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do it today. Oh, I know. Okay, because we need a wig head anyway to store it. Right. Um, you mean custom mouse pads? We have a custom cat food dish for your cat or your dog, mostly for cats because it's based on Rusty, the cat sitting on the cat mat for your cat's water and food dish. So
so yeah. So Michelle, I watched a little bit of it. What exactly was the problem last night?
the problem was is that Michelle felt like that some people, like one particular person, sent a really inflammatory message, and Michelle was very disgusted that one person said something was is no one else can join the panel because there's only three people, and which Michelle agreed with him that the problem was there was only three people on the panel that had the link instead of being a public link like it is on this one. And so we decided to give this software a go after we gave it a go last night. Hopefully, people might feel more willing to engage in a positive way. Um,
So, Michelle, how is like your state of mind today? Are you feeling better, or are you excited to go get your hair done? I just want to make sure you're okay, Michelle.
Yeah, I'm fine. By the way, you want to talk about someone who's clearly not okay? Stoner with a boner posted this on my YouTube or my Kick channel. Not my Kick channel. Sorry, my Discord of a man in India who shows a toothbrush up his penis.
Oh,
And then he waited 12 hours to go get urgent care.
he couldn't get it out.
You shove a toothbrush up your penis.
He couldn't get it out.
I suspect not. Or he got some seriously damaged UTIs because of his action.
I don't know if I could stick. I don't know if I could stick up. I don't think I can stick anything up there.
Oh, sneeze time. Oh, yes. Allergy season coming.
Was that like a sneeze-gasm that you just had?
No, it's just that allergy seasons are coming in, and because spring is springing. Don't forget this weekend, such clocks ahead 1 hour in the United States, except for is that Alaska and Hawaii, Arizona and Hawaii. Okay, so Arizona and Hawaii, you don't set your clocks ahead an hour. The rest of the United States set your clocks ahead an hour at 2 a.m. Right. So people would like to get rid of daylight savings time completely as far as the turning clocks forwards and back, which makes sense because it's a pain to deal with every day, every twice a year.
So, let me ask you a question. Like, what do you have planned today? Like, so you're gonna get your hair done, right? And then what are you doing?
But then we're coming back here doing the 7 o'clock show on Kick.
Okay, but how long
does it software is where you're right now?
All right, but how long does it take you to do your hair?
About an hour, depending on how many people are in.
Okay, so you get done with your hair. Your hair is going to be done at, like, let's say you get out of here at 11:30. You'll be done at 12:30, and then what do you do?
I leave here 12:30, and then get down there because the appointment's at 1 o'clock, and then usually it's done by 2:15, and then I come back here to the house unless I got to get something at the store or something, which I don't need right now. And then I come home, check out my email, check out my Discord and things like that. And then we get ready for the 7 o'clock show, which we decided we're going to have one tonight and tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
What is a 7 o'clock show about?
It's going to be 7 o'clock show. It's going to be very much like right now. We're going to be open panels talking about stuff.
Is it going to be on YouTube or on Kick?
That's going to be on Kick.
Okay.
Because I think that would be a good way to help spread the love. Yeah. Michelle, I like the flower arrangements in the background. Those are, fortunately enough, those are just silk flowers. They're not real flowers. They would have been dead otherwise. Michelle can't grow things to save her ass. That's the sad truth. Michelle can't grow nothing. Yeah, I tend to kill everything. I don't have a green thumb at all. Also, like I said, I was getting emotional last night because, as I explained why, but also the fact is that, like, sometimes I feel like I'm like a chess piece on a YouTube chessboard, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. I think it makes sense. The problem is Michelle says too. is too cerebral for most people to understand. So I'm only put it in plain English. What I mean is that it seemed like, oh, you know, if you scratch my testicles, I'll scratch your testicles, kind of thing, which I understand to the point. But one of the reasons I don't normally come on your show is we don't even really have the same kind of content. But like I've also pointed out, is and this is not your fault. This is something you should be asking StreamYards about this. Why can't StreamYards enable the YouTube closed caption support? They really need to have that. As a
Okay.
paid subscriber, you should ask them why they can't add that feature for when you're on a YouTube stream,
Yeah.
since it would be relatively easy to do. Likewise, I should ask Restream.io why they can't either in the settings option.
So, Michelle, you know that you're always welcome to just pop in, drop a link, say hello to people in the chat, and that's it. That's all you got to do. I mean, you don't have to do, you don't have to go crazy. I'm not. That's all. That's all I was getting at
Well,
the other day.
don't forget though too is those noodles in the morning. You're on before me, and while you're on, I'm just getting up, getting ready for the morning show.
I understand. I'm just letting you know. You don't have to. I'm not expecting you to come on panel. I'm not expecting anything like that. I'm just saying, if Michelle, if you ever feel like it, just come in the chat, wave hello to everyone, and drop your link. You're more than welcome to do that. All right, that's all.
Yeah, but I don't think just dropping a link is so cool. I think it would be better to try to do more than just dropping links in places.
So
Uh,
what do you think? What do you think is better? And what would your what do you think? What do you think we should do? Just get rid of take MMD out of the blocked words list.
just take me out of the block list. You got the mods to actually police the chat. If somebody says something shitty, then you know what to do with it. You know, if
So here's the thing: the mods can put MMD. It's just the commenters in there that the regular people, the
yeah,
lower
but
class people.
even they should be able to use it too,
Okay.
because not everybody knows how to spell my last name. I mean, not that it's hard to spell, but there's just some people that just use it kind of like a shorthand.
Okay. Well,
Just like my last name would be LAF, Lumi and Finistra.
all
You
right.
realize
Well,
that stands for the word laugh, right? Yeah, I know. Or you can use my real name, which is not that much different. Lorraine and Finesse. Oh, I know. It's the laugh. It is. I didn't realize that. Um, but it's a shorthand, noodles. I mean, just like NASQ is also a shorthand for North American Snow Queen.
mhm. All right. I can do that, Michelle. Don't worry about it. I just don't want
And
you getting all worked up.
by the way, for those of you guys who don't see him on camera because I don't have him on the screen right now, let me put Noodles on screen so you can see him. How do I do that? There you go. I forgot to put Noodles on screen. Anyway, so there's Noodles on screen there in this car. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat feature. I mean, the fact is that you could have people on the
Serious.
background panel and they could be doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, or if somebody wants, so if somebody comes up on panel and Michelle doesn't trust them, all she has to do is press this button, and then so she can switch over the camera to her. Hey, how do we do that? Try it this way, Michelle. That works. Kind of stupid. Kind of stupid. Yeah. Now it's split screen. That's still cool. No. So anyway, I'm fine. Me and Lummy talked about it last night. We chilled out. We talked to Sherry Jackson about the issue, of what was going on. And Sherry Jackson kind of agreed with me as some of the stuff. Like, I pointed out that it's not easy for me to physically do a lot because I can't really walk as far anymore. That was the other thing I brought up too with Sherry. Um, it's nothing really confidential, but basically, I told her um, I got a lot of people that would like to see me do more of my show, and I feel like people don't really understand my disabilities very well, and um, that it makes me feel frustrated because a lot of our audience are younger people that don't really understand what it's like to have had multiple disabilities. If I was to have a if I could get three wishes of which things I would fix in my body first, believe it or not, the first thing would be the eyesight. The second one would be my knee and hip. That's two. That's two. That's three items right there. Well, let's assume they're not individual items like that. You mean just pick categories? Yeah. And then the third one would be is my hearing. And the reason is because if I had better eyesight, I could go for a driver's license and be able to drive a car. And if you could afford it, if I could afford it, yeah. And then, which means, then with the second one, I would be able to get around, and I wouldn't be as limited and dependent on other people for transportation. And the eyesight is third category only the hearing is third category only because my hearing is not bad enough to prevent me from getting a driver's license. But, you know, that's one of the reasons why I'd like to be able to do more things. I was wondering, Crystal, would you give Noodles a scalp message? What does that mean? Let's see.
Scalp massage.
The cross-dresser kid, Caden Carcero, knows how to comment, says a few words and leaves, and everybody loves him. Michelle could do that too in other people's stream.
You can do that, Michelle. That's true. You can do that. And again, I highly suggest that you do that. But again, Michelle, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Nobody wants you to feel uncomfortable, and especially not me, Michelle. I want you to be as happy as possible. You're my friend, and I don't like it when people that I love don't feel
Well,
good.
I'll just say this: the morning show would be very difficult to just come in. If I came in on your kick stream, you wouldn't even see me anyway. I don't
Are you
think
talking
you
to me?
would.
No.
So if I came in on your kick stream, you probably wouldn't even see my comment. And that's right now. It's the only time I get notifications of your show is when you're on kick.
Yeah.
In
So
fact,
why
I
don't
had
you?
to say hi to you on kick, and you never responded to me.
Yeah, I don't. I can't read the kick comments. So why don't you unsubscribe from me on YouTube and resubscribe, and maybe you'll get the
I am
notifications.
subscribed on YouTube, but for some reason I don't have the comments coming up or notifications coming up. I don't know why. I didn't turn
Yeah. So
them on.
sometimes you got to resubscribe to people. You know.
Yeah. Okay, Stan
But,
C
but you do
asked
you.
an interesting question. He says, "Why do Greek women have big noses?" Because it's warm in Greece, and so they don't have to eat. They don't have to heat the air up so much going into their nostrils. That's why their nostrils are so big. Is because they don't have to preheat the air coming into their lungs.
Is that it?
Yeah,
There you go, Stan. There you go, Stan.
yeah. Stan, how
What,
you
Michelle?
doing?
Michelle, how about this? How about this? How about you go get your hair done? I'll come pick you up. We'll go out for lunch. We'll have a nice lunch somewhere, and we can go look through my YouTube studios. We can fix whatever's going on, and then you can prepare for your night stream.
I really want to do it on Saturday and maybe Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I've already allocated time for Saturday and Sunday for you.
How about I bring lunch to your house? I'll bring you some lunch. You can have lunch and enjoy the rest of the day. You can calm down. Do whatever you got
Well,
to do.
if you wanted to meet me at ABC Pizza, the problem is that Michelle's got pizzas. Wait, Michelle, you got food. You don't need to get food. You already got food. I mean, that's Michelle's got a whole fucking freezer full of food. She's not exactly starving. No.
Well, Michelle, here's the truth. All right, you got people concerned. All right, you got people concerned over the whole depression thing and all this stuff.
Well,
I
that's the
don't want you
reason
to
I
feel
agree
it.
with Michelle also. She needs to get back into psychotherapy. And I think that she needs that. Because
Michelle,
her
let's.
self-esteem ever since she got hurt has never been quite the same. Michelle feels so incapable of doing a lot of things that she used to do. And she used to be able to walk really far and fast, and she would without any assistance. And she used to love being able to be free as a bird and traveling and doing things. But when she got that knee injury on December 6, 2019, her whole life had changed in a way that she has never totally recovered from. And that's something that people don't really understand. That um, for Michelle, it's like someone clipped your wings. It's like you can't go as far as you used to go. You're not as able to travel. And that's one of the reasons why Michelle so much loves to be with her friends like Krista and things like that. Because it makes her life feel a little bit better. But for you to travel all the way up here from your home place is kind of expensive. And we both know that Um, it's costing money. Gasoline hasn't exactly gone down to $1.89 a gallon.
No, Michelle, I love you, and I want you to be happy, and we're gonna help you, Michelle. Okay. I don't like the fact that you're feeling depressed or anything like that. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, Michelle, because I don't live that life. But I truly
Well,
believe
here's what
that when
Krista said right here. She says, make noodles come down and take you to out for lunch or bring you lunch, Michelle. You need that, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Well, she's saying the same thing. So if you really want to come out here, why don't we go to Applebee's? Applebee's wouldn't be bad.
would you like that? Would it
I
make you
like
feel
that.
better?
It wasn't cheap, but I liked it last time.
Would it make you feel better if we did that?
Yeah, I like that Oreo milk. I like that steak dinner I had last time and the Oreo milkshake we had. That was pretty good.
All right, I got you,
It's not, it's not the
Michelle.
cheapest thing in town, but my appointment will be done about 2:30, just to be conservative. Guess by that time I should be home. You know, or I could just text you, or I could just have you meet me at the salon, which is called Jessica's Barber Shop.
Okay, I know where that is. That's by ABC Pizza, right?
Yes, it's right next door to ABC's Pizzas. It's right between ABC Pizza and the nail salon.
I know you showed it to me one time. That's why I remember.
Yeah.
So we'll fix this, Michelle. We'll get you out. We'll get you doing things. Life will become exciting again for you.
Um.
Michelle, I just can't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like
Yes, I did my hair done today.
Michelle, I'm not a doctor. I don't think anyone else
No,
here
no,
is,
no. My
Michelle.
appointment is 1 o'clock, Krista. But I'm leaving here at 12:30, and then they can probably get into the chair a little early. Um, if she's not busy, so maybe I can get my hair done started about 12:45. and it takes about an hour. So you figure usually done by about 2:30. Yeah, that works. Yeah. So you could just meet Michelle and me over there at Jessica's barbershop, and you can come over and maybe check it out yourself. People have asked if they could show how Michelle's hair is being done and all that. Yeah, you could
I think that'd be cool.
you could always video that. Yeah, and maybe
Why don't you,
Tori
why
can
don't you do
actually
it?
answer some questions that you have for your audience. It could be a thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Your hair appointment will be done by 3. Well, by 2:30 actually. Um, Here in the Midwest, if someone says they are in therapy, people will assume you're a nut job. Well, that's got to stop because people do need help sometimes, guys. Remember, 4 years ago in 2020, actually late 2019, 2020, I suffered a very debilitating injury, which, like Avoid pointed out last night, I've been in survival mode ever since because of the reason that um, I had to slowly try to get myself be able to walk and get things done. Now I'm more able to get things done now, but it's still emotionally trying, and the seeing that my world has been irreparably changed. And like I said, I talked to the orthopedic doctor or surgeon. He told me there's 50% chance that even if you get the cadaver tendon material, he said he has to rebuild the whole leg because it's not just the kneecap that's damaged. There's a lot of damage to my leg from not just the fall, but from the situation with my years of my hip injury. He said he has to rebuild the whole leg. He said you're going to be laid up for months if you even recover at all if I do that. He said right now, looking at this way as a professional, my viewpoint is it would be best for you not to do nothing right now because your leg is not giving you problems right now. Don't worry, you're walking, you're able to get things done. Um, no. So I remember in high school I had to go to court ordered therapy to get a possession of a THC ticket reduced. I think that's kind of stupid. I think that's why you're better off staying in Florida. That's not the real Ed, but it would be better for him to stay in Florida anyway because the my landlord has no places for him. He doesn't rent out individual rooms in the yellow house. If he did rent out individual rooms in the yellow house, Ed couldn't afford it. It's very expensive. So the Confession comment says, I think that's why you're better off in Florida. Staying, that's the real Ed because he said you're getting better medical care down there. Um, so to stay down there, I don't know why you want to come back. The only reason why he said he wanted to possibly come back was to be around his grandsons, which I understand that. But the truth of the matter is that for Ed, there really isn't much else up here. He doesn't have the support team. He doesn't have the senior housing or the elevator access. He doesn't have access to any of that because he has to apply for it. Bianca says, Krista, are you worried if Ed moves into the yellow building? He will ask you for favors. Krista responds, excuse me, but Ed is a pain in the butt. And if he does come back here, yes, it'll be favor after favor after favor. Yes, unfortunately, Ed does do that. That's part of the problem. So let's see. I live in the yellow building. Every single one of apartments is Taken. Yeah, absolutely. There's no room there. There's no room here. Anybody who ever is a landlord will tell you it is a godsend when you can fill up all the vacancies. You know, space is a commodity right now. But speaking of landlords that are probably struggling right now because of the craziness that's going on, landlords in New York City are not exactly in between the nicest places because they're dealing with the state's trying to force them to take in illegal migrants into their properties, and they don't want them. What's the point of coming back up here? What's the point of coming back up here? His daughter and grandkids had nothing to do with him when he lived there the first round, and he didn't like the doctors up here. And he said he's getting, and now he's getting said now he's getting better. Yeah, actually, I don't know if his grandkids themselves don't want nothing to do with the grandfather, but I think it's the mother right now that kind of is the reason why they don't see him because they're too young to drive at this point. I think the older ones are able to finally get a car learning permit, but they, maybe through driver's ed, but it's a long trip for them, and depending on their learning permit, they may not be able to go that far away. Um, is this open panel this morning? Yes, it is. You'll notice the link. Oh, yeah, I just look and see if anyone wants to come on. Yes, it is open panel to get you. It's in the link above that's pinned. So if you want to come on up, come on over. Water's clean. Water's fresh, and I forgot to put Noodles on camera at first, but he's here now, so you can see him. And so that worked exactly like I expected it to work, where I don't necessarily have to have everybody come up on camera by default, which worked out pretty good that way. And the big house, penthouse is now filled, so you got people living in there. Yeah, you got everyone living in the white building. Then in my building, there's no vacancies in our buildings. No, there isn't. So the properties are full. So if they'd wanted to come back up here, he would have to rent from another landlord. But then he's eligible for senior housing, and he's definitely within the income bracket for senior housing. That is, if he can get some on the waiting list and get something within a reasonable period of time. So right now we have 20 people on here today. Yes, and we're doing pretty good. We got a lot of people are asking questions, and we're at peak 24, but we're still holding the other 20 people. Now, when do you stream in the afternoon, Noodles? Let me ask you that question. I say, when do you usually stream in the afternoon?
Yeah, what about it?
When?
Oh, when? Whenever I get out of work.
Okay. When you get out of work. Okay, so about 5 o'clock?
No, usually maybe around 2 or 3, depending on what time I get out.
Okay, the reason I'm asking is because usually in the afternoon after I do the morning show, I usually have a little bit of time in between other things that could slip by and say hi once in a while.
Michelle, don't do it. You don't have to do anything, Michelle. I'm just saying that regardless of whatever the situation is with you not being able to communicate with people, all you got to do, Michelle, if you're always welcome to come in there, drop your link in there, share out your channel, make friends with people. There's new people over there, Michelle.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, by the way, I want to answer a question for Sherry Jackson, who asked me about antidepressants. I tried with under prescription of my doctor a couple years ago some antidepressants. They did nothing for me. We tried Zoloft. Uh, it didn't work for me at all. And then we had the Adelanza thing happen, and he already had multiple mental issues. But what it turns out with people with Asperger's, antidepressants is like dynamite. So I decided to get away from the antidepressant, which wasn't doing anything at all. And I'm on the drug-free plan. That's why we talk about psychotherapy, because it helps me to realize that to give me suggestions how I can begin the process of working with Lumi to make positive changes in my life. And last time I was in therapy, it really did help when dealing with, especially initially, my knee injury. And but unfortunately, the last therapist left the agency, and they didn't have anyone for me since. They still didn't give me a referral yet.
You made them quit.
No. He left on his own and went to another practice.
He said, "I can't deal with this anymore," and he threw his pipe and friggin' notebook in the garbage.
Well, at least he's a therapist that didn't eat lunch right in front of me, unlike the one over there in Willimantic. They could squeeze me in during her lunch break, which really I thought was kind of crappy. I told her where it was at. I said, "What am I more interested in you than the sandwich, or is the sandwich more interesting than me?" And she was like, "Well, that's the only time of the day I get my lunch." I understand that, but I'm your appointment. You're supposed to take care of your appointment first. Now, that woman was a hack job. From what I remember, watching it from the outsider perspective, because I wasn't living with Michelle at the time. That woman was a whack job. Oh yeah. Still kicking, and that's in Philly. The all is going good. Bianca says, "Is Carmen Miranda still drubbing?" No, me and Carmen kind of worked it out. At least, I understand that my next lifetime, Michelle is going to be, we're not, I mean, the marriage doesn't really necessarily hold over to another lifetime. So, I mean, I still want to be with Michelle as a separate person. Would be separate bodies at that point. So yeah, at the same time, like I told Michelle, you need dating experience. Michelle has never really dated much, so. But I told Carmen, I said, please understand that in this lifetime, I am married to Michelle, and I respectfully ask that you keep that in mind. And she said, fine. So
keep your filthy Portuguese fingers off the shelf.
Oh, I didn't say anything like that. I told her, I'm already married to Michelle, hands off.
Right.
Yeah, calm down. So anyway, the point is that I calmed down a lot since last night too. After Lumi and I talked about this off camera, and then we talked a little bit about on camera. I thought that was a very interesting show. We got a lot of views. I think I did pretty good with the wig. The thing is you gotta trim the wig on it. I mean, was that wig? I mean, like, we don't know where Wiggy got that wig from. Could that Wiggy got that wig from a hair salon that was designed for teaching students how to cut hair? You never know. It could have been one of the training wigs that they have. In that case, yeah, because, like, I looked at it, it was like, holding it ever reminds me of Cousin It. like, you got hair all around. There's no bangs at all there. It's like, where you know where the front is, where's the back? I really didn't know that. Um, yeah, you're right. I think that either I can try trimming it and save like $30, or I can have her do it. She said she would do it for me for Lumi's wig. She would trim it up. I described the wig to her. She said, "Oh yeah, I can fix that." I said, "Well, let's see what I can do." I said, "Won't be right now." I said, "I gotta get the money, keep the money together to pay my bills off. But maybe once the bills are paid off, we could do something with it." Um, yeah, the wig is cute though. I like it, but it's maybe I also need a foam wig head for this. That's just the wig here, and it's. I always have a hard time trying to figure out where's the front, where's the back. I know I gotta look for the lace front. Yeah, it's this part right here. You're right. You look like Chris Knit. This is the front. There is bangs, but it's like maybe you had maybe you had too far pulled forward, too forward last night. Maybe, but yeah. You're doing. I'm trying to pick it out the snarls. Oh, um, yeah. This is the front. She's got bangs. Maybe you put the thing too far forward. I was trying to cover your blonde hair. Yeah, there you go. But you're right. You know, you got this thing is a little bit long. You gotta. You can see the kind of trim the bangs up a little bit. It's right there. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, that's. You're right. You look like cousin Ed. um. So yeah, we'll fix that. We'll we'll see if Tori at the salon can do the hair piece for you. Get the wig fixed for Lumi so she would look nicer. Or something like real hair. If you do a botched up job, then there's like no like they saying, "Yeah, go back." It's not hair. It's not gonna grow. Hey, play on movie night. Nice curry noodle says out on the wire.
Thanks, out on the wire.
Says I'm in the middle of watching a really weird movie from the late 1960s or 70s about a bunch of old ladies who pretend to be young women and get on a computer dating club. That sounds like the predecessor to Cougar. Uh, yeah, Cougars. That's kind of a cute term for older ladies, single ladies, looking for younger people, usually younger guys.
Aren't they called like wine moms now or something like that?
I don't know about that, but they're sometimes known as cougars.
No.
Yeah, usually single people that you know, older ladies that are looking for younger guys. Some people kind of like the older woman thing, especially some younger men. They kind of want the mommy experience, I guess. Well, I don't know the title of it. The ladies drive drunken stuff. That sounds like Thelma and Louise. Oh, okay. We're gonna definitely be looking for some new movies too. Um, not sure which one. I was thinking about this month is the next movie night. We're gonna play. Oh God, really? And maybe Oh God, You Devil. Oh, that's kind of fun. Yeah. That's a cute movie. And I don't think a lot of people are going to really want to sit through two old guys with George Burns. How many people like Fruits Almighty? We had over 10 viewers on that stream on Tuesday. Oh, yeah, 10 people watching it. I guess that means they must have liked it. It's just,
Of course they like it.
yeah. I call them vampires. I don't know what that means. Wine moms. Well, so after
I think they're
the
called
show,
wine
I
moms.
better hear that you were going out and having something. Well, let's see what happens, Krista. I mean, I definitely want to get out of the house for a few hours because I mean I need a break. I think that's probably the one reason why I do get a little depressed is because I've been sitting in the house every day. Well, first of all, is the sun coming out yet? Let me check. Let's see. Is the sun coming out? Let's take a look at this. Don't wrong button. Yeah, it looks like it's not raining right now. That's always a good thing. It's not when it's not raining. That's always a good thing. Why are black teens getting off with a slap in the wrist after? I don't know. You know, that's the problem when you get into states that's progressive states like that. They seem to let bullshit happen like that all the time. I don't know why progressive states had to do that, but they don't have. It's almost like they expect everybody to act like it's no big deal. Um, Good morning, Grace. How you doing? But it's just weird that progressive states have decided that they don't need to have law and order. And no, a nice way it doesn't seem to clear your mind. Well, let's put it this way: me and Noodles can walk over there and check it out. He wants to come up here today, so um, so technically sending the letter to give to my landlord to sign, and then I can get the TPQY and stuff. We have that. Okay, but we don't have the letter from the utility company with the last January through December 2023 electric payments. Right. Get that together. Yes, the sun is coming out. Do I ever go bowling? We have a duck pin bowling alley right next to the hardware store. The sad truth is that every time me and Noodles went there last time, they only seem to really be open for league people to do league bowling. And I don't think Noodles ever did duck pin bowling.
I never did that.
Normally, when you hit someone, let's see. It says normally when you hit someone, or even your team, you lose your rights and go to jail. But because of black with a heart condition, but some attorneys said no proof. Well, first of all, the problem is that you live in a state that basically is progressive. They're going to be more supportive of the black community, and that's why they have catch and release. Even on the state level for criminals, catch and release. They don't normally prosecute. And nowadays, you can't even charge them fines. And that's an example of what I call, just plain stupid that you don't charge them penalties for doing crimes. And that makes no sense whatsoever. So,
well, I don't know if you know this, but Portland is going to start charging people for drug crimes again. It's gotten so bad out there.
Yeah. And now, of course, what's going on with now a lot of progressive cities are saying and that they want to they want to refund the police and they want to get crime and law and order back in check. Particularly the city of New York under Mayor Adams has said enough's enough of this crap. And Governor Kathy Hochul agrees that they need to get things back in order in the city of New York because it's a crazy mess. But like every politician, she's talking between both sides of her mouth. On one side, she's saying this, and another side, she's saying that. But Mayor Adams, who was a former police officer, knows that we need policing. We need them. They are important. And well, the police, there's no way to keep law and order. A senior yoga class. We tipped the midgets really well. I used to play midget bowling. I don't know what midget bowling is, but duck pin bowling is about 4 inches in diameter. 5. Was it 5 or 7? 5 or 6 inches, I think. Right, it's very small ball and small pins, and it's very hard to play it. It's a New England game. It's not very well known outside of New England. In fact, some of the early duck pins actually looked like little pins with little pictures of ducks on them. They have a miniature duck pin exhibit of history of duck pins. There's the only thing you toss is wood. They get under rules that trans people's camel toes too. Our ex-city members here are part of the homeless crime ring to watch them, coach them, to talk at the meetings. Well, that's another thing too, is that the cities really have got to deal with is the homeless populations you already have. And here's a hint. Criminalizing homelessness makes no sense. Because homelessness is not a crime. If you are homeless because you have no place to go because you can't afford housing, then you are criminalized for something that is outside of your control. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, still, I would like to see a better way of dealing with the homeless population issue. But I'm sorry, but criminalizing homelessness does not make sense. The problem is complicated. There are several causes of it. So let's go through them real quick. Number 1, mentally ill people not able to find the resources to get an apartment. Number 2, veterans who may also still be mentally ill people still can't afford an apartment, and the Veterans Administration isn't offering any kind of assistance. Number 3, people who have not disabled or are trying to work but cannot afford an apartment, and so they're living as transients because they have no choice, because they can't afford anything. Number 4, people who are down and out on drugs and just don't care. Now, there's not much you can do for the 1, 2, and 4, but there certainly could help number 3 by providing incentives for landlords to rent to lower income people. Okay? I guess you could say there's 5. Then there are people who just want to be homeless. Again, you can't do much about 1, 2, 4, and 5. because either A, it's too expensive, B, you don't have enough resources, and number 5 is you can't get the homeless side of the person because the person wants to be homeless. Well, people have talked about that, but the problem is asylum says, what about abuse? That was why in the 1980s so many mental asylums closed because of the abuse that was being done to the patients. So what's the answer there? I mean, what do you do? What's the most practical answer? You know, it's a complicated issue. Um, let's see. Red says they complain about living conditions as soon as they get into housing. Well, as I said, you got people that are ungrateful, and then you got people that are grateful. We're trying to talk to help the ones that are being grateful that they have the option of getting an apartment that's affordable to them and meets adequate conditions that they need. But there are always going to be people who are going to whine. No matter where you go, there are always going to be people that are never satisfied with the result. And that's just the reality of it. Too stupid. Um, too bad, stupid. Says schizophrenia used to see the sky and be out under it. It's not something you can logic or rationalize your way through. Schizophrenia is basically an umbrella term for a variety of mental maladies under DSM-5. Now, schizophrenia has many, many subclassifications. It is an old term that has been broken down into more subcategories. And a person wants to be homeless, he's not mine or the taxpayer's problem. He could just move on. Yes, that's true. But the sad truth is, for the other categories, they are unfortunately classes 1 and 2. Those are our problems. Because those people need help and they need assistance to get into a safe environment. As I said, criminalizing homelessness doesn't help anyone, even the not homeless. I mean, for example, I used to be able to take a rest on a bench when my hip was hurting. I can't do that anymore. There's no benches anymore. Where am I supposed to sit? Winston used to have benches everywhere. We used to be able to sit down and, you know, even the mayor was totally shocked that the benches were gone. And she's trying to find out why the public works took them out. But obviously she never got back.
How was the mayor shocked? That's what I don't understand.
Well, the mayor was totally surprised that the benches are gone, except at the park.
The mayor didn't notice that?
I don't think she even looked at it before. I think she had no idea how many benches were actually removed from Main Street. And so
It's Main Street. Shouldn't she know?
well, maybe she does. Maybe she's just trying to cover her ass by saying she doesn't. But the point is it is as it is. Have you guys ever punched a leprechaun as freaking hard in the stomach? No, I wouldn't punch anyone. That's that's not cool to me. You know. So homelessness are the streets now. I lived in a tent in the mountaintops of Northern California. Um, for a couple of months, but I was watching over weed growing up. Weed growing up. I don't know what that means, but the point is we need to better treat the homeless population, and we need to deal with the ones that are already here. I'm not even talking about the illegals. I'm talking about the ones that are our own natively grown homeless people, ones that already were born and raised in this country. We need to help them first. All the free stuff that we give to the illegal migrants, we could have given to the homeless. Free cell phones, free room, free car, free spending allowance. This money should be theirs. This is their money, especially if they're working homeless. They should have access to resources, especially if they're working homeless, because they are paying taxes, and that's a reality. We moved the benches because the homeless were. That's probably the reason. That's not. Where are you going to sleep? Where are you going to sleep? You need to sleep somewhere. It doesn't make any sense. I think that's sad. So what if someone's homeless and needs a place to sleep? If there's no room in the shelter, you gotta go somewhere. It's just that obvious. She was covering her butt. Yeah, I believe it. But still. We've been giving away free airplane rides into the United States. For illegals. No ID, no passports needed. Just come on to the U.S. Airways. Free ride into the United States Express. 450,000 airplane tickets for giving out under the Biden administration. And it doesn't make any sense because people who really would benefit from housing, I'm talking about the ones that are already here naturally, can't get anything because they're not eligible or their waiting lists are full because all the migrants are taking all the spots. I mean, it's stupid. It makes no sense. So we're taking in people when we can't even deal with the own people we already have. And I know Noodles understands what I'm saying because he sees it in New York. He sees it in the city. The city of New York.
I seen Michelle. This is what I've seen, Michelle. I've seen Americans, citizens, rather take in migrants into their homes than American citizen homeless people. You know, homeless is considered bad. Nobody wants to deal with it. But when it comes to migrants, oh yeah, they want a piece of that action. They want some migrant action.
But what are they getting in return for taking people in that they do not know nothing about, who may not even be able to speak the language? What are they getting out of it? Are they getting a kickback from the government? What kind of incentives are they getting out of it? Exactly. So what are they getting? It should be bringing one of our own homeless people and we'll give you some extra money, or we'll make sure that you get reimbursed for the care that you're giving. Placating the mentally ill, homeless, and criminally aliens has done so much damage to this country. People will either figure out. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think it's good, and you know, And we're not exactly showing our best colors to the world as far as humanitarianism. We're really not. That says there are so many of you who don't even speak American. If you hear talk American or get out. Well, I'm kind of multi-language. I can understand multiple languages, but the thing is that's not. I'm not that English first crap. I don't support that. We are a country. The two predominant languages are English and Spanish, and I don't have a problem with that. But what I do have a problem with is that they don't want to integrate into our culture. So many of them insist of taking their own culture's norms with them. For example, the Muslims want to have the Sharia law. Sharia law does not work in coherent coexistence with American laws. Okay, so Sharia law is totally not compatible with American law. And then they said, well, we want our own court system. Why don't you go back to your native country then? Because this isn't your country. We have a constitution, we have a bill of rights, and we we want our. If you're going to come into our country, you should come in willing to accept the terms of the new place that you live. Most common language in the world everywhere can understand. I know some very good non-English people. It's a highlight. You can see that when it says, and do not have any national language here. And we do not have a nationalized language. We certainly don't. Um, English is just a de facto standard, as is Spanish. And I don't have a problem with that. But the thing I do have a problem with is that all these so called American language culture. Remember, English, we have English colonies. We have Spanish colonies, such as the Southwest was originally Spanish, right? California, New Mexico, Arizona, and Nevada, originally, and Texas were part of Spain or part of Mexico, and that's where those languages are most strong. And of course, we also um, got Puerto Rico from Spain, so we have Puerto Rico, and they speak Puerto Rican Spanish, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But what I'm trying to say is that when you come into this country, you need to accept that the laws of the new land that you're in may not be the same as the laws that you left. If you left your own country as a political dissident, then why would you want to bring your old law system with you? Well, you fled from in the first place. That doesn't make a damn bit of sense. No, it doesn't. It makes no sense at all. Well, Canada has two native languages. You have English and you have French. Okay. And I respectfully understand that, and I never had a problem with that. Okay. I've always been multilingual. I've always did my best to be part of multiple cultures or languages, be it Italian, being Spanish, being even Norwegian. My mom's pure Norwegian, um, or Swedish, or Finnish, or I'm open to all languages. But what bothers me is, like I said, is when you insist to coming to a new country and taking your laws with you, um, in in disregard to the country's laws and rules that you're going to, and you don't want to integrate into the new society. That I have a problem with because you came here because you wanted to go to a new place, then you need to adapt as well. no, Canada speaks English and Canadian French. That is the languages that are officially sanctioned by the government or by the Canadian government in Ottawa. That is the languages. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, we're getting off the beaten track here. We cannot help all the millions of people that want to come into this country. We don't have the resources to help other people when we can't even help our own people. I don't know. In my last life in Paris, I spoke French and I never sounded like anything terrible. Yeah, but then French Mahler ended your life at 21. Yeah, I know. No way. That's one reason why Michele still can read French. I can still read French, yeah. The point is everybody, the point is, let's not forget, we can't take any more people. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's the main thing. So we need to focus on helping the people that are born and raised here, our own existing homeless first. America first, just like Trump says. America first. He's probably in a bad spot for his phone. Let me switch back on my camera for me, since obviously he's frozen. He's probably in a dead spot. So I don't even think he's here right now. I don't know. No, I'm here. Okay. So
I'm here. I'm here, Michele. I had to take care of something.
I understand that. Don't worry about it. Send them. Then okay. My mouth recoils in disgust when I have to try the pronouns French words. It's not natural. The alien is something. That's because you're not used to speaking that language. You know, it's because it's not part of your dialect, your repertoire. Whereas me, au revoir, bonjour. Hell, it's part of it's. I've always been a language nut, so I mean, for me, being able to say foreign words is not exactly hard. Of course, counting in French.
What about konnichiwa?
I don't know what that is. Is that Native American language?
I think it's Chinese or Mandarin. What about or Japanese or one of those Asian languages? What about meow? Meow.
I don't know anything about the Asian languages. I don't really know about Mandarin, Kanji, Katakana, Japanese, Chinese, Hindi, or many other dialects of languages in India, which has over 100 languages, by the way. Could you imagine an instruction book in India?
No,
I think they focus
it's got to be the
mainly on
worst.
English and Hindi. Those are two the most common. Yeah. Japanese is well, maybe for some people it is. It's a tonal language, just like Japanese. And German's hard. Although English is closely related to German, German is hard. A lot of English words have German root and French roots. In fact, English is a combination of German and French. In fact, if you ever look at Middle English, it actually is very similar to Middle French. in dialects and pronunciation rules. Let's see. Planet Moose said, I don't trust them because all Chinese proverb. Chinese, me play joke, me go pee pee in your coke. I don't know if that's necessarily true, Moose. I think right now, politically, a lot of people are very nervous with China, especially the CCP right now. I'm sorry, the CCCP, the Chinese Communist Party. There's 3 C's and a P. Because we know that the Communist Party has delusions of grandeur, and they kind of succeeded with the manufacturing of almost all the products all around the world. That makes it kind of hard.
Meow.
You're absolutely right. The Japanese do learn English in high school, along with their own native language. And
They say cock. Can I get a cock? Cock.
what do you mean by that?
Instead of saying Coke, they say cock.
I don't know what they say. What they just say is that the Chinese culture is different enough from American, but they have learned how to take advantage of American stupidity and Eastern stupidity or Western stupidity. And that's why the Chinese have been very successful. As much as most people would rather not realize that the reason why the Chinese have successfully done so well is that they realized if they can make the products cheap, then lousy, then people will buy them. That's why sites like Shein and Temu are popular. Those are made by Chinese workers who are being exploited by these organizations that then sell the cheap plastic garbage to Westerners who don't really care about quality and just want quantity. It's kind of shameful. Yeah, Michelle would love Klingon. Yeah, actually, I do have the Marco Cochrane Klingon dictionary and books on tape. Horror Klingon, a conversational Klingon. So I used to have the book, and then unfortunately I lost the book, and I still got the 2 tapes as MP3s here. Klingon Mach. Yes, I studied Klingon. Tulsa trying to learn Thalassian as well, and I'm not getting a lot of documentation of learning Thalassian. Probably because it's not such a major franchise. You don't really get a lot of people studying the Thalassian language. How come they never had a course to teach you Romulan or Vulcan? I don't know. They never did. Consider myself a blood elf. Yeah. Anyway, so I see Michelle as more of a human. Well, I definitely see myself as a human anyway. Until we come back or go to Silver Moon in the next life. But Michelle does love the blood elves and the blood elf culture, what the true culture is. Which in the game is only showing us a tiny piece of it. Three style fifths of it, right?
Or Trumbull, Waterbury.
What's that?
I didn't say anything, Michelle.
Oh, okay. You're talking to your GPS to get to Waterbury, Connecticut.
Take exit 27A.
Yeah. Headed off the exit 27A off 95, heading to Winstead.
Well, blood elves are definitely extraterrestrials and pan-dimensional because if you look at the reality is where Silver Moon is, it is not in this dimensional plane. a lot of the planets around
Okay.
us that run are not in the dimensional plane. They're in another plane because the Earth is in a playpen kind of environment where we're pretty much are protected from the other cultures and the other inhabited planets. Now, someone was asking me about something that Dolores Cannon talked about physical signs that you are a starseed. Let me just tell you, I don't necessarily agree with Dolores Cannon very much. I think Dolores Cannon is a bit difficult to understand. Oh wait, I just saw something. No, so if you're going to be coming early and you're going to meet me at the salon or ABC Pizza, or where do you want to meet up with me?
It doesn't matter wherever you want to meet up. I can meet you at the salon.
Okay.
It says I'm gonna be there at like 12:19, Michelle. So maybe I'll you do your thing. I'll come back later, pick you up, and we'll go out.
Right. You know, my appointment will probably be done by about 2:30. So
Okay.
okay. So well, what else? The aliens, the Outlands. Outland is another place in the World of Warcraft universe. The Silver Moon or Clothalis was the original home. A lot of them fled to the Outland later on, according to the World of Warcraft lore. In fact, that's one thing I haven't got. I do not have any of the World of Warcraft books. Which I know a lot of them were created under contract by Christie Golden, and I really would like to get some Blood Elf books, the World of Warcraft book series, to help fill in the lore and the history. And what YouTube channels do you watch? I can show you my list if you want to see them. Let me see if I can pop open my list here. If you can see them here. 1 minute. I knew you would want to see that. Okay, absolutely. I'm going to show you the list. It's long, so I'll just go over there, pull it up real quick here. www.youtube.com. And they're going to go to subscriptions. Here's all 951 of them. Can I have it sit on the screen? Yeah. Let's see. If I can pull up a managed list of channels, subscriptions. Let's see. Try to see if we can find the managed subscription list. This side, not that one. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I'm doing wrong. Oh, you want to go to your subscriptions here? Yeah. Let's see. And I just find a list of them here. We're going to pull them up on the screen here. There's a way to manage a list of subscriptions. Let me just get my screen so you guys see what I'm talking about here, guys. So give me a second. Where am I? Okay, there it is. So I'm going to hit plus key, share screen. And YouTube. What the? YouTube said, okay. Let me get to my top of my tree because this is confusing. This is showing, okay. So you're looking at Seolfi right now? No, I was going to look at managing my subscriptions. Instead, I got everything else. So let's see if I can find managing my subscriptions. Okay. So click over here. I think it's in the screen. Okay. Let me see if I can find it through Chrome here. Let's see. YouTube managing my subscriptions, because I'll give you a full list. YouTube managing my subscriptions. YouTube subscriptions. Alright. Do subscription on a mobile app. Subscriptions on YouTube. How? That's not what I want to go. I'm at YouTube subscription mobile app. I don't want to go to the mobile app. How can I see what I'm subscribed to on YouTube? How to check who's subscribed to your YouTube channel? How can I see what I subscribe to on YouTube? Okay. Open the YouTube app, sign in YouTube, and click the subscriptions tab. All right, let's say it this way, guys. There's over 900, and there's almost 1,000 subscriptions I'm on. So I want to try to see if I can find a way to list them all. And I'm not having much luck finding one. No. Close this window. This window. This window. This window. What? All right. So just say there's over 951. If I can find you a way to give you a list of all my subscriptions, I subscribe to tarot readings, science channels, engineering channels, news channels, documentary channels, a huge shitload of content. Yeah, I do. And I keep active, and sometimes I can't even watch all the shows. That's why you see, if you watch my news, you see my sci-fi, or you see my Discord, you'll see a huge number of the videos that I pulled out, and the tarot reading ones that I think are notable. You'll see them, and there's just a lot of them. I love how they stop giving people pain meds because of addiction, yet they give people the most addicting stuff called fent. In the medical community, fentanyl is used as a pain relieving medication. It's an opioid. It is used in surgery. Yeah. Yeah, I do watch a lot. Because I like to be well informed. Oh, yeah. By the way, I got one question. What? How do you hide? How do you take this message off the screen? Just like that, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. But yeah, we watch a lot of different videos and stuff. Because I enjoy learning new things. And I love, learning. To me, learning is fundamentally essential. So, Noodles has been Noodles has been pouting a lot lately that Michele doesn't watch him. I already told Noodles I probably would be able to drop in and say hi to him in the evening show or afternoon show. But I can't really do it in the morning show because, I'm getting up at that time and getting ready for my show. Purple made and moderated is very useful. The stuff on the street is neither, or properly guaranteed for purity. Make sure that it is safe to use. Yeah, it truly isn't. The same was true with marijuana too at one point. However, marijuana right now, there's a lot of corporate greed in the marijuana industry also. Now that it's legal, people are getting into the marijuana bandwagon for money. The individual states regulate it, but that doesn't mean that individuals can't get into the trade, and they do. They go get a license, they go ahead, they start distributing it, and they make a lot of money doing that. The same thing with cigarettes and alcohol. puppies will grow in a sunny window, just about everywhere, better than anything the doctor's going to prescribe you. Yeah, the only problem is you probably live where I live and they see poppies growing in my window, the DEA is likely to bust my door around. So that's not going to be something you're going to be seeing in my window. Oh, nice. The Chinese International that worked with Google stole AI files. Let me just tell you this much. Their AI program, Project Gemini, got some very serious bugs. They need to work on their AI code a bit more. There are some serious issues with their AI generation over there on Google. Yeah, there's a problem with that. The AI code. So, but maybe, like I said, that's going to be another thing that we're going to have to deal with the homeless population soon is what are you going to do with all the people who lose their jobs because of AI and have become homeless because they can't afford the rent? Or what if you get a landlord like Bender? I want blackjacks and hookers. Oh, okay. Kiss my shiny metal ass. I don't care if you can pay or not. Either you pay or you go, go, go. Huh. Yeah. Okay. It's the state flower. You can get busted for just one, yes. That's gonna make you kind of sleepy, like I saw in the Wizard of Oz. I don't know, but we can grow 2 marijuana plants in Connecticut if you want to grow 2 marijuana plants. Like I said, I don't have a green thumb, so I'd have 2 dead marijuana plants real quick. You get caught picking those and it's all over. Yeah. I don't know. It's where the way we have dealt with drugs in this country. It's right now we all know that if somebody really wants it, they're going to get it, no matter what you do. That's why the states that have legalized marijuana realized is that instead of basically making it illegal, which makes it more expensive in the form of police and the courts, make it legal, and then you basically make money in the form of tax revenue, which made sense. I remember that's why Colorado originally made marijuana legal, was because it made sense. Instead of cuffing and stuffing, now the state legislature in the state of Colorado makes a tiny chunk of chump change to help to pay for the programs that keeps the state running. And come by and tell me when you could call the police on me. Now, I'm a person here on YouTube that owns a seed company in Oregon that sells medicinal seeds like poppies. Well, again, I don't know if I want to get into the situation with the crazy regulations and stuff, but it seems like the prohibition against certain things doesn't necessarily work either. I mean, we never prohibited the sale of cigarettes. We tried it with alcohol with absolutely no luck at all. However, the rule was you could make up to 100 pints of wine at home, and I can't see why you would want to drink 100 pints of hooch. Especially if you're not going to sell it. That makes no sense.
Well, couldn't you give it away as gifts?
What's that?
Could you give it away as gifts?
Oh, you mean the cities? Yeah, you could do that. You could give away the hooch away as gifts. But then you realize that people like Elliot Ness would be going after anybody who was trying to distribute any kind of liquor at that time. The DEA, which actually started back in the 1920s, was going crazy, smashing distilleries and stills and speakeasies. And, the war on drugs goes all the way back into the 20s. I know, because I was working for speakeasy in the tail end of Prohibition. Yes, you were, and I died for it. Protecting my boss. But yeah, Prohibition doesn't work then, and it's not going to work today. It's true, it doesn't work. Well, let's see. If you guys want to come up on panel, I didn't even check to see if anybody wants to come up on panel. If anybody wants to come up on panel, I'll put the link out again. Lisa, say hi. I think we're working pretty good with the software today. So here's the link to the panel. If you want to come on up and say hi, you can certainly do that. I'd love to say hi to everybody. I think it's called Strictly Medical. I don't know about that. Fentanyl is used, as I said, in the medical industry as a pain relief, especially for surgery. Anesthesiologist showed how he uses fentanyl during surgery to help with pain management. I mean, it's just a reality yet. People are going to use medications and stuff for a long time. Yeah. So, by the way, one question I got. What? You know how you keep thinking your cat box is when it stinks? No, it's not yours, but yeah, yours is starting to stink a little too. But the neighbor out there in the hallway smells like a giant cat box, and it's not because of Rusty. No, absolutely not. It smells like male cat jizz.
Male what jizz?
Male cat jizz. Yeah. There's
What does male
apparently
cat
another
jizz smell?
It's a male cat. Yeah, there's another male cat in the building.
Does it smell like HGH?
It just smells like a male cat, spraying everywhere. It's stale. It's stinky. I'm surprised that Kyle isn't running around with his bleach bottle trying to get rid of that stink. That cat's been around before when you were around when Eddie was here. Yeah, maybe I should go get some cans of Lysol or get some air fresheners and put it out there. Maybe one of those wall hangers. You want to pay for everybody else's spritzing? That's going to be expensive. Yeah, the floor probably needs to get washed too. Kristen may not be right, but I know what love is. I don't need fentanyl, right? That said, that's why they didn't want people using it for COVID and have their cancer go away. They'll ruin the profits and margins for big pharma. That's the problem with the medical industry today is big pharma this, big pharma that. It's all money to them. They've had to was the big pharma that actually was the one that pushed for the illegalization of marijuana in the first place in the 30s. And also the legalization of opioids, such as, um, opium in the 20s, because they wanted to have total control of the marketplace. Which kind of sucks. Yes. Injecting cures some kinds of cancer. Yeah, it probably does. And even that is still made by big pharma. Um, well, all I know is we had a good show last night. We had a good show today. And Noodles is coming by this afternoon, and I got a bag of garbage to bring downstairs to the dumpster, Noodles, when you get here. It's not heavy. It's just a lot of junk in the garbage can that's got to go downstairs. And I got a new record from Stan CT for the Silver Moon Radio for Sunday night. And my plan is in June, we're going to be buying a couple of Silver Moon Radio 1610 Volume 1 albums. Maybe I'm going to give one to Stan, one to Krista, one for me. And then maybe I might go ahead and consider getting a fourth one for putting it on eBay as an NFT and see if anybody wants to buy it. Would be really cool. Well, originally it was so icy outside I couldn't even do it. And then yesterday it was all slushy and muddy. I haven't even been downstairs, then back to the dumpster in a while. So that's kind of, sometimes Krista brings it down or, things like that. Or sometimes her husband will come by and do the same thing. So I'm going to be leaving here about 12:15, 12:30 and try to get things done. And that's what I'm going to do. And I just want to say, Noodles, thank you for being on the show. I appreciate you. So what do you think of the software versus the other software? You notice any difference or is it about the same? Or you left the panel. Oh, okay. Okay, so, well, anyway, guys, just want to say thank you for coming to the show. I don't know who that is. But the point is that I want to thank everybody for being on the show today. And you want to say anything? Yeah. Just understand that Michelle is not trying to not do anything. She's trying to get things done. But that setback with that knee really did mess up her life a lot of ways. And so she's trying to, get back to doing the things that she loves to do and be part of the positive energy flow. And at least taking out the trash is purpose in life, and you have to, said no purpose. He's a maintenance guy. Yeah, that's what he does. He takes care of the equipment and stuff when he works. But anyway, the point is I think Michele does a pretty good job with the show. Even if some people don't like it, I know Michele tries hard to be a positive creator and expand, create new content. Thank you. You're welcome. So for everybody, we're going to get ready to wrap it up a little early because I need to get ready and check some things out before I go. Like, for example, make sure that all my emails are read. Make sure that all the videos are ready to go. For example, last night's had no problem. We didn't have it monetized, but just like we don't have this one monetized right now. And but still, I want to thank you for coming. Don't forget that we are going to do our best to have a video tonight on Kick. Likewise, tomorrow morning I will be with Krista, so it will be about 3 in the afternoon for Friday and 7 o'clock on Kick on Friday. Of course, 3 o'clock will be on YouTube Kick and your channel again. It's up to you. Well, it's up to me. Okay. Then Saturday night, 7 o'clock, we have the World of Warcraft group plus 10 a.m. will be the morning show. And lastly but not the leastly, of course, is on Sunday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. will be Silver Moon Radio, AM 1610. And I really appreciate if you all could make it. I think it's a wonderful show. I think it's been doing very good. More people have been coming to it. And I really do appreciate you being here. So for now, let's just all say thank you for coming, and I'll see you all hopefully tonight at 7 o'clock on Kick. Yes. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye, everybody.